the Republic of Ireland national football team represents Ireland in association football. It is governed by the Football Association of Ireland and plays its home fixtures at the Aviva Stadium in Dublin. The team made its debut at the 1924 Summer Olympics, reaching the quarter-finals. Between 1924 and 1936, the team competed as the Irish Free State, and from then until 1950, it was referred to by the FAI as a Permilaya or Ireland. In 1953, FIFA decreed that for competitive matches in tournaments that both Irish teams may enter, the FAI team would be officially called the Republic of Ireland while the IFA team was to be named Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland was allowed to use the title Ireland by FIFA in the home international competition until it was discontinued in 1984. Ireland was the first nation from outside the United Kingdom to defeat England at home at a fixture played at Goodison Park, Liverpool, in 1949. The team also reached the quarter-final stage of the 1964 European Nations Cup, where they lost to the eventual winners Spain. Under the guidance of Jack Charlton, the team enjoyed its most successful era, reaching their highest FIFA ranking ever, which was 6th in the world in August 1993, and qualifying for UEFA Euro 1988 in their first appearance at the UEFA European Championship, reaching the quarter-finals of the 1990 FIFA World Cup and their first ever appearance at the finals, and making the last 16 at the 1994 FIFA World Cup. Charlton's successor Mick McCarthy lost out on the next two major tournaments but ultimately qualified for the 2002 World Cup and also made it to the last 16. Under Giovanni Trapattoni, the team narrowly lost out on qualification for the 2010 World Cup during a controversial playoff but went on to qualify for UEFA Euro 2012. The team failed to qualify for the 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil, which marked the end of Giovanni Trapattoni's tenure as manager. Ireland also fell to a record low FIFA ranking of 59th. The team fell further to a new record low of 70th in June 2014. For the next Euro qualifying campaign under manager Martin O'Neill, Ireland were drawn in the same qualifying group as Germany, Poland, Scotland, Georgia, and Gibraltar. History: Irish Free State. Between 1882 and 1924, Ireland was represented by a single national football team organised by the Belfast-based Irish Football Association. In 1920, Ireland was partitioned into Northern Ireland and the Irish Free State. Following the initial political upheaval surrounding partition, a Dublin-based organisation calling itself the Football Association of the Irish Free State split from the IFA in 1921 and began organising its own league and national football team. In 1923, the FAIFS was recognised by FIFA as the governing body of the Irish Free State, and at the 1924 Summer Olympics, the Irish Free State made their international debut. On May 28, at the Stade Olympique, they beat Bulgaria 1-0, with Paddy Duncan scoring the team's first ever goal. As a result of this, they qualified for the quarter-finals. On June 14, 1924, the Irish Free State made their home debut against the United States, who had embarked on a brief European tour after competing in the same Summer Olympics. Ed Brooks scored a hat-trick in a 3-1 home win at Dublin Park. The Irish Free State did not play their next game until March 21, 1926. This was an away game against Italy, which they lost 3-0. In subsequent years, the status of the Olympic Games football competition was downgraded, and as a result this game is widely regarded as the Irish Free State's first official game. On February 25, 1934, the Irish Free State made their FIFA World Cup debut, drawing for a Euro 4 with Belgium at Dublin Park in a 1934 FIFA World Cup qualifier. Paddy Moore scored all four of the Free State's goals and became the first player ever to score 4 goals in a FIFA World Cup game. Ireland. After 1936, they reverted to the designation Football Association of Ireland, and began to refer to their team as a Permilaya or Ireland. During this whole period, there were 2 Irish international football teams, chosen by 2 rival associations. Both associations, the Northern Ireland a Euro-based IFA and the Irish Free State a Euro-based FAI claimed jurisdiction over the whole of Ireland and considered themselves entitled to select players from the whole island. At least 38 dual internationals were selected to represent both teams, however the overwhelming majority of these were Southerners who also agreed to play for the IFA team, with only a bare handful crossing the border in the other direction. A 2-0 win over England at Goodison Park on September 21, 1949, was the first time England suffered a home defeat by a team outside the home countries of Scotland, Wales and the Ireland team run by the Belfast-based Irish FA. FIFA eventually intervened when both teams entered 1950 FIFA World Cup qualification, the first time they had entered the same competition. 4 players a Euro: Tom Ahern, Reg Ryan, Davy Walsh, Con Martin a Euro actually played for the 2 different teams in the same FIFA World Cup tournament. All 4 players concerned had been born in the Irish Free State and made their full international debut in FAI colours before agreeing to represent the IFA team. This may have alarmed the FAI, since they subsequently lobbied FIFA to prevent the IFA from picking Southern-born players. FIFA's response was to restrict the eligibility of players on the basis of the border, further ruling in 1953 that neither team could be referred to as Ireland in competitions which both teams were eligible to enter, that is initially the FIFA World Cup and subsequently the European Nations Cup. FIFA decreed that the FAI team officially be called the Republic of Ireland while the IFA team was to be named Northern Ireland. Republic of Ireland. In 1953, FIFA renamed team from Ireland to Republic of Ireland. The 1958 FIFA World Cup qualifiers saw the Republic of Ireland drawn with England. In their home game against England, Alf Ringstead put the hosts 1-0 up before John Atio equalised in the last minute to salvage a 1-1 draw for England. Under the rules of the day, a win for the Republic of Ireland would have meant a play-off with England for a place in the FIFA World Cup. After reaching the quarter-finals of the 1964 European Nations Cup, the Republic of Ireland were drawn to face Spain and Syria in 1966 FIFA World Cup qualification. Despite Syria's withdrawal, this was still considered a qualifying group, with the Irish winning 1-0 at home and losing 4-1 away. This meant a play-off at the Parc des Princes in Paris, which Spain won 1-0. Eamon Dunphy made his Ireland copyright but in this game. The play-off was originally scheduled to take place at Wembley Stadium in London, home to a large Irish diaspora, but the FAI agreed with the Spanish FA to have the match moved to Paris, where a large Spanish diaspora lived. The FAI was criticised for this move to boost revenue from gate receipts. Wilderness. In 1969 the FAI appointed Mick Meegan as the first permanent manager of the national side. His 2 years in charge were marked by exceptionally poor results however, with the team losing 5 out of 6 matches and gaining just 1 point in their 1970 FIFA World Cup qualification, and doing no better in the UEFA Euro 1972 qualifiers, leading to his dismissal. His replacement, Liam Tuohy, did a somewhat better in the 1974 FIFA World Cup qualification, and more importantly oversaw major improvements to the national team's training facilities and persuaded many English club sides to end their policies of not releasing Irish players for international games during the domestic season. Ultimately however, the team still failed to qualify for the World Cup, and Tuohy resigned following a dispute over his wages. Johnny Giles became the side's first player-manager in the 1970s. This was followed by debut of a young Liam Brady and results improved markedly. The side missed out on the 1978 FIFA World Cup by 2 points, having defeated France at home during qualification. After a less than impressive performance at the UEFA Euro 1980 qualifying, in which the team finished well behind group winners England and even Northern Ireland, Giles resigned, saying that he had taken the national side as far as he could. Owen Hand took over as manager for the 1982 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, and once more the Republic of Ireland narrowly missed out on qualification, this time on goal difference behind France, who they had defeated at home once more. Disappointing qualifying campaigns for both the 1984 European Championship and 1986 FIFA World Cup followed, ending Hand's time in charge. The Charlton years, In 1986, the Republic of Ireland appointed Jack Charlton, a top-rated English manager who had been part of England's World Cup winning side of 1966. During the 1970s, he had developed Middlesbrough into a side which provided many players to the dominant Liverpool team of the time. After taking charge of the Republic of Ireland, Charlton influenced changes in the national side which resulted in arguably the most successful period of its history, winning the Iceland Triangular Tournament by defeating Iceland and Czechoslovakia in May 1986 and qualifying for 2 FIFA World Cups and a European Championship. Ireland's first appearance at a major finals tournament came in Uefa Euro 1988, with qualification being secured through Gary Mackay's famous goal in Sofia that meant Scotland beat Bulgaria 1-0 and left Ireland on top of the group. In the finals in West Germany, Ireland beat England 1-0 in Stuttgart with a header from Ray Horton, drew 1-1 with the Soviet Union in Hanover, with Ronnie Whelan the scorer, and lost to the Netherlands 1-0 in Gelsenkirchen, coming within 8 minutes of a draw that would have meant a semi-final place. The Republic of Ireland's longest competitive winning streak was achieved in 1989 during the 1990 FIFA World Cup qualification campaign. 5 games against Spain, Northern Ireland, Hungary and Malta twice, were all wins for the Irish. Subsequently the side made it to the 1990 FIFA World Cup. 3 draws in the group stage against England, Egypt and the Netherlands was enough to make the knockout stage. Virtually the whole country watched as they beat Romania on penalties with Paki Bonner making a vital save and David Éire scoring the decisive spot kick. Ireland were then beaten 1-0 by Italy in the quarter-final in the Olympic Stadium, Rome. During the tournament the team had an audience with Pope John Paul II, and were the only team to do so. After missing out on Uefa Euro 1992, the Republic of Ireland qualified for the 1994 FIFA World Cup. The side beat an opponent from the last FIFA World Cup, Italy, in their opening game. They made it to the second round, eventually losing 2-0 to the Netherlands. In 1996, Ireland finished second behind Portugal in Uefa Euro 1996 qualifying Group 6 but narrowly missed out on Uefa Euro 1996 after losing by a score of 2-0. A playoff at Anfield between the 2 worst group runners-up to the Netherlands, the other worst runner-up, with Patrick Kluivert scoring both goals to send his team through. It was Jack Charlton's final game as manager. Some success, Charlton was replaced by Mick McCarthy but Ireland still missed out on the next 2 major tournaments. Ireland just managed to finish second to Romania in their 1998 FIFA World Cup qualification campaign after Tony Cascarino scored a late goal to win the away match with Lithuania. A playoff with Belgium followed, with the match at Lansdowne Road finishing in a 1-1 draw. The match in Belgium finishing 2-1 to the home team and substitute David Connolly being sent off in the latter, preventing Ireland from progressing to the 1998 FIFA World Cup. FIFA awarded the FIFA Fair Play Award for 1997 to the Irish supporters for their exemplary behaviour at Ireland team matches, especially the FIFA World Cup qualifying playoffs against Belgium. Ireland's opponents in Uefa Euro 2000 qualifying Group 8 were Yugoslavia, Croatia, Malta and Macedonia. Macedonia scored a last-minute equaliser that denied Ireland top spot in the group. Instead they faced Turkey in a play-off to decide which team would participate in Uefa Euro 2000. The match in Dublin finished in a 1-1 draw and, after a logistical nightmare which saw Ireland traipse across Europe to Bursa, Turkey qualified with the away goal after a 0-0 draw at the end of which Tony Cascarino became involved in a fight and retired from international football. Ireland took on both Portugal and the Netherlands in 2002 FIFA World Cup qualification a Euro UEFA Group 2 and ended the group in second place with 24 points from 10 matches. 7 victories and 3 draws. Despite this unbeaten run, Ireland were drawn in a playoff with Iran. The match in Dublin finished in a 2-0 victory to Ireland with goals from Ian Hart and Robbie Keane, while the match in Tehran, played in front of 100,000 spectators, finished in a 1-0 for Iran, not enough to send them through. so McCarthy did manage to lead Ireland to the 2002 FIFA World Cup, only for the team to lose inspirational captain Roy Keane due to the pair's infamous public spat in Saipan. 1-1 draws with Cameroon and Germany were followed by a 3-0 victory over Saudi Arabia in Group E. The Irish once again progressed to the knockout stage, only losing narrowly 3-2 on penalties to Spain in Suwon after Robbie Keane's last-minute equalising penalty kick forced the game into extra time. Decline. After a poor start to qualifying for UEFA Euro 2004, McCarthy was replaced by Brian Kerr, but he also struggled to guide the side to the tournament or the following 2006 FIFA World Cup in Germany and was sacked in October 2005. Kerr was replaced by Steve Staunton in January 2006. Under Staunton, results varied widely, but the team still failed to qualify for UEFA Euro 2008 and Staunton lost the position in October 2007. His reign included a humiliating 5-2 defeat to Cyprus during UEFA Euro 2008 qualifying Group D, one of the worst defeats in the team's history. The Trapattoni years. Giovanni Trapattoni was appointed manager in February 2008 following a spell with assistant coach Don Givens in charge. Trapattoni went through all 10 first-round 2010 FIFA World Cup qualifying games unbeaten, winning 4 of the 10 games. Ireland lost out on a place in the 2010 FIFA World Cup after a controversial narrow loss to France in the playoffs. Ireland went down 0-1 in the first leg, and lost 2-1 on aggregate, with William Giles scoring a controversial goal in extra time in the second leg after Thierry Henry had handled the ball before crossing for Giles to score. This followed another controversy over FIFA's last-minute decision to seed the playoff draw. In 2011, Ireland hosted and won the inaugural Nations Cup with wins against Wales, Northern Ireland, and Scotland without conceding a goal. In their Euro 2012 qualifying group, Ireland finished second, losing only the home fixture against Russia. They thus reached the playoffs and were drawn against Estonia, whom they beat 5-1 on aggregate. UEFA Euro 2012 was Ireland's first major tournament since 2002, but in Group C they lost all 3 matches, against Croatia, Spain and Italy. UEFA announced a special award for the fans of the Irish team, who notably sang in the last few minutes against Spain, despite trailing 4-0. Ireland were drawn in 2014 FIFA World Cup qualification a Euro UEFA Group C alongside Germany, Sweden, Austria, Faroe Islands and Kazakhstan. On October 12, Ireland suffered their largest ever competitive home defeat, 6-1 against Germany in the Aviva Stadium. Ireland lost against Sweden and Austria in early September 2013, effectively ending the 2014 World Cup qualification campaign, and Giovanni Trapattoni resigned as team manager the following day. Noel King was appointed interim senior manager on September 23, 2013 following the resignation of Giovanni Trapattoni. On November 5, 2013, the Football Association of Ireland announced that Martin O'Neill would be Trapattoni's replacement as manager, with former team captain Roy Keane as his assistant. They assumed their roles when the team met on November 11 where they won against Latvia 3-0 and drew against Poland 0-0. Recent history. Under new management, Ireland have been drawn with Germany, Poland, Scotland, Georgia and Gibraltar as Ireland look to qualify for UEFA Euro 2016 in France. Ireland will play Gibraltar for the first time and play Germany for the second consecutive qualifying campaign. Team image, kit. Traditionally, the team has played in a home strip of green shirt, white shorts, and green socks. The second strip is usually the reverse of these colours, although there have been exceptions, such as an orange shirt in the late 1980s. Squad numbers are either white with an orange trim, on the home shirts, or green with an orange trim. The FAI logo appears at the bottom of the numbering. A limited edition grey shirt was used just once, in a match against Wales on November 17, 2007. A black jersey with a green stripe across the chest was worn in the final game of the 2011 Nations Cup against Scotland and in a friendly against Italy in Liège GE in Belgium. The current kit has been supplied by Umbro since 1994. In March 2009, Umbro signed a deal with the FAI to keep them as kit suppliers to the team until 2020. Previously, O'Neill's and Adidas made the team's kit. Shirts carry the logo of telecommunications company 3 across the chest in accordance with the terms of a sponsorship agreement, but this advertising is absent during official international games, as mandated by FIFA law. Historical kits, home, away, home stadium and other venues. Since the 1980s, most home matches have been played at Lansdowne Road, Dublin, the national rugby stadium owned by the Irish Rugby Football Union. The ground was closed for redevelopment in 2007, with a replacement ground, the Aviva Stadium, opening on May 14, 2010. The first soccer match in the Aviva was Manchester United against a League of Ireland 11 side, managed by Damien Richardson, on August 4, 2010. 43, Manchester United won the game 7-1, with Park Ji-sung scoring the first ever goal in the Aviva Stadium. Aviva Stadium is jointly owned by the IRFU and FAI, although it will return to solely IRFU ownership on expiry of the current 60-year lease. The first football international played at Lansdowne Road was a friendly against Italy in 1971. A 5-0 victory over San Marino in the UEFA Euro 2008 qualifying Group D match on November 15, 2006 was the last game there before the reconstruction. The all-seater capacity of Lansdowne Road prior to the renovation was 36,000, although higher attendances, using the standing-only areas, were permitted for friendly matches. The Aviva Stadium's status as an all-seater increased capacity for competitive games to 51,700. The opening game at the Aviva Stadium, a controversial 1-0 friendly defeat to Argentina, was noted for Robbie Keane securing his membership in the FIFA Century Club and manager Giovanni Trapattoni's absence due to surgery, with assistant manager Marco Tardelli taking charge. With the announcement of the rebuilding of Lansdowne Road, a new venue was required to stage the Republic of Ireland's home internationals. The only stadium in Ireland deemed suitable to stage international football was the 84,500 capacity Croke Park, home of the Gaelic Athletic Association. To accommodate this, the GAA temporarily relaxed its rule governing the playing of foreign games on its property. Initially, 4 UEFA Euro 2008 qualifying Group D matches were played at Croke Park in 2007, resulting in 2 wins and 2 draws. The GAA initially agreed to allow the FAI use until the end of 2008, and later extended the permission until the completion of Aviva Stadium. The Hill 16 end of Croke Park is a terrace, which means like Lansdowne Road before it, the capacity of the stadium was reduced to around 74,500 for competitive matches as temporary seating must be used. Prior to the 1980s, the Republic of Ireland played most home games at Dalymount Park, home of Bohemians, but progressively more games were played at Lansdowne Road following a safety review which reduced Dalymount's capacity. The last international match played there was against Morocco in 1990. The Republic of Ireland have also played home matches in Toker Park and the RDS Arena in Dublin as well at the Muddyke and Flower Lodge grounds in Cork. These games in Cork were, until 2009, the only 2 home Irish internationals played outside of Dublin. During the construction of the Aviva Stadium, 2 friendly games were played in Thomond Park, Limerick, in 2009. 2 further friendlies were played in the RDS Arena in May 2010. Media coverage: Ireland matches are broadcast by Radiocube the Taillife SA Permel Irian, Sky Sports, and Setanta Ireland. Sky Sports shows most of Ireland's friendly matches, while RTE shows competitive games such as World Cup and European Championship qualifiers. RTA Permel briefly lost its broadcast rights in 2002 when the FAI controversially sold them in a multi-million deal to Sky Sports, a subscription-based satellite channel. The decision was criticised by fans and politicians, and the Consumers Association of Ireland described the FAI as greedy. The FAI was eventually forced to reverse its decision and to allow RTA Permel to continue its broadcasts after the government intervened to stop the sale of important Irish sporting events to non-terrestrial television broadcasters. RTA Permil will hold the rights until 2018. Controversies, the selection of young Northern Irish-born players, especially those who have already represented Northern Ireland at youth level, into Republic of Ireland national teams has been controversial, as these players are able to claim Irish nationality even though born and brought up outside the Republic's territory. This has led to accusations of unfairness and predatory behaviour. In Northern Ireland, it is seen by Northern Ireland supporters as having the effect of dividing international football in their country along sectarian lines, whereby nationalists will declare for the Republic of Ireland while unionists continue to play for Northern Ireland. Competitive record. FIFA World Cup record, draws include knockout matches decided by penalty shootout. UEFA European Championship record. Other tournaments, opponents. The team's head-to-head records against all 75 nations whom they have played to date, including friendly internationals. 3 of these teams no longer exist, so Ireland have played against 72 of the current 209 FIFA members, 49 UEFA, 8 CONMEBOL, 7 CAF, 6 CONCACAF and 5 AFC members as of June 11, 2014. The only UEFA members against whom Ireland have not played are Azerbaijan, Belarus, Gibraltar, Moldova, Slovenia and Ukraine. As of June 11, 2014. Recent results and forthcoming fixtures. Ireland began its 2014 World Cup qualification campaign with a narrow 2-1 victory against Kazakhstan but lost 6-1 in their second match against Germany, their worst home defeat. Losses against Sweden and Austria in September 2013 effectively ended the team's hope of qualifying for the World Cup. After a disappointing World Cup campaign, Ireland this time will have a better chance of qualification for UEFA Euro 2016 due to the expansion to 24 teams. Ireland's first game will be away to Georgia. Schedule. As of June 11, 2014, Squad. Current squad. The following players were called up for the friendly match against Portugal on June 10, 2014. Caps and goals as of June 10, 2014 after the match against Portugal. Recent call-ups. The following players have been called up to the squad during the last 12 months. Previous squads, honours.